It looks like it's working good. All right, so we'll start with the SPY as people come in here. And basically, as you can see here, we've had an awesome run. Right from November of 2016, right, all the way to here. So naturally, a pullback is going to be in the cards. Hello, Robert F. Naturally, a pullback is going to be in the cards. However, this kind of pullback that we've had, we can also have some chop until we establish ourselves, meaning that it's going to make plans not be as smooth. We've had a lot of great plans all through September, October, November, December, January, right? And then we had some little rough spots over here due to this pullback, right? And this is natural. You can't just, in a market when you're trying to make money all the time, you're never always going to make money all the time. There are going to be losers along the way. This is natural, right? For example, you have people that are wrong, years on years on end. Example, I'm not going to talk much about him as is a waste of time, as I've decimated a Kareem Ayman, but the stock bookie is massively wrong. And let me talk about some positive things. Like, for example, when you look at a stock like BA, right, you got to understand that this shows you the power of the market. Well, a lot of people don't understand that. But, look at BA. Today, it decided to hold its gains. Of a lot of stocks, this one actually went up higher and held its gains today despite the SPY pulling back. This tells me that the market you've got to be very selective in your stocks. Some things are going to, as stocks are going to flip and flop. Some won't do much at all. They'll chop very tightly. And so market conditions could be difficult for the short term. And again, I assess things on a daily basis. But obviously, the market could be difficult for the next week or two, right? Because we've been trending, and again, BA's been a superstar run. Now, let me ask you something, people. You got to ask yourself this question. You've got to ask yourself this question. How do you explain a stock like this if it was running up? Somebody once said to me, "Oh, it was just the herd." It's not the herd that rallied this up. Big money rallied this up. Big money keeping this up. If this this would have flopped by now. Whew, whole bunch. It's not. It's practically new highs. Okay, I had people telling me it's bearish at 260. We know the stock clown shorting at 240. Is he? He actually was celebrating this little drop. It's ready back up. You follow, people? These people have no skill. Okay, what I do is I have the big picture skill, and I'm right the big picture. And that's why we win more often than not. But nobody can be 100%. Anybody telling you so, they're lying. First of all, we know the stock bookie stock clown is 80% incorrect. Maybe as high as 90% wrong. 90% wrong. You heard, even in great market conditions. And he likes to be right in the market conditions where it's a dice roll. Follow? Some things will luckily just drop. There was no skill, right? I give an example. Somebody who said that they shorted the SPY, they were wrong shorting it dozens of times before they got it right. So please, believe me, people, there's a lot of jokesters out there. What you need is you can never change. You got to stick with a plan, a system of trading, and not waver unless you need to waver it. That's how you win the big picture. You never win because a few small losses come your way. And when the market conditions are like this, I suggest to people to go in smaller positioning sizes. You got to let things run. You got to have bigger stops. You got to change when the market dynamics change. What I do is I adapt. All right, people. So these are the advices that I am giving. But why am I talking about BA? Because BA is still a winner to the longs, not to the shorts. It's the longs that are correct, not the shorts. It's the longs that are correct, the big picture, and not the shorts. If you look at the SPY, regardless of its drop, okay, regardless of the drop, right, I'm going to zoom out here. It's still less than a 33% retracement depending on where you take it. Okay, people? So, a no-skill guy says it's just a gone of the market, right? That's why they are called guessers and assumers. I will never guess and assume. I will strategize. But even the best plans will not work out. Nobody's 100%. Nobody is. To be 100%, you're a multi-billionaire in no time. 100% means to me, no matter what it is, you're going to be right exactly 100%. Okay, people? Therefore, you don't need to have anybody telling you plans. However, I got the next best thing. Being 80% correct on the majority of the time, you're always going to be ahead. But there's always going to be drawdown. Don't let anybody tell you that every system, nobody loses money. That's baloney. The stock clown has lost fortunes. Okay? I don't have to talk much about him, but it's proven. I've decimated, cremated him, and matzada him. Okay? Anyways, we're not talking about him, but I'm just trying to explain to people that no system is infallible. Nothing. Okay? However, when you don't stick to your guns, when you don't have a system, when you don't have rules, you become a person becomes a guesser and an assumer. A lot of people start doing that, making big mistakes in the market, starting assuming and guessing. Oh, this should fall, or that. As much as stocks can fall, they can pop right back up. Right? You got to short the right stocks. You got to go long the right stocks. Okay? Thank you, Mag. Yeah, I know a lot of people, I've had a lot of people tell me how much I've helped them make their money back and how much they've done well. Well, let's be honest with you. I mean, lately, it's not being the best, right? But look what the market's done. And a lot of people don't want to understand that when markets do this, right? No matter what kind of system you have, right? They didn't assume it because it just happened in one foul shot. Every dip in the market has been bought, but it's been bought by there's also the right stocks rising. However, the right stocks are still rising still and are strong even while this is happening. But what happens is you have overshoot. What overshoot is stocks fall longer. But look at Twitter, for example, people. Now, Twitter is another thing that's done pretty well. TWTR. It hasn't been easy, but in the big picture of things, look how strong it is, right? And that's not something typical of a bearish market, and this is not the best company. Like, this company doesn't have perfectly everything going for it, but look how strong it is. There's obviously a change of momentum, and long trades have worked in holding TWTR. However, earnings are coming up. Hi, Jay, how are you? Yeah, Jay's in the house. Yeah, big picture. I'm explaining the big picture. Big picture is that I'm right, the big picture, right? And even when you're right, you can still, when you're playing with options, it's time. But the big picture is, will the spike test higher? Of course it will. However, you got a chop zone. So even though sometimes my signals are going to hit, and it was working, and then it actually did not work today, it could still flip around. See, it's called chop zone, right? And you have people that are one-sided, like, for example, bears, right? That's right. Nobody has control over market conditions. Billionaires have been wrong the market, okay? And not just wrong the market in a little way, in a massive way. I, however, have been right the market in a massive way and been wrong in a little way, okay? But I never claimed that I'm, unlike the stock clown who's never admitting that he's wrong. He's never wrong, he says, right? But yet he's wrong massively. This is what I'm not a liar like this, right? I tell people the way it is, right? But as anybody knows, I'm more correct than wrong. And that is the bottom line, and that's because I stick to strict rules, strict criteria and a strict system. But doesn't matter. Even when you do the right things, things can go wrong. And anybody who tells you differently has no idea what they're talking about, has no skill, has no idea about market conditions and how it changes. That's why I tell people you need to follow on the daily. People who can't do the retweets and likes simply aren't going to make it in the market, especially in these conditions. You're not paying attention to stuff, right? So why would I want that person as a follower when they can't even do a retweet and like? They have no idea how much work I put into this every single day, right? And I did that even when I wasn't doing something like this, having working long hours. I always made time for the market. Every day I spent half an hour at least studying the market. So there is nobody anybody can cry me a river. You're talking to the wrong person, because I'm PowerTarget and I worked my butt off to become the best. And I worked in difficult, long hours positions. And I studied the market. So nobody can tell me any excuses, because you're talking to a guy who knows a lot. I have a lot of experience in life, okay? I have a lot of experience in life, okay? A lot more than just about anybody out there, okay? Especially who's following me. A lot more experience. So I know what I'm talking about. PowerTarget Trade. Which plan are you talking about? Which stock are you talking about, Money Flow? The SPY calls, no. The SPY calls I got stopped out of. They were working, but I got stopped out of those. But the SPY could flip pretty much quickly again. That's my point. It's just that it's just extreme market chop, right? There's a lot of positions that I'm holding, and there's positions that I'm holding in losses that can still recover. This is why I'm going to be focusing more on monthly call options, right? Some stocks you can go with at least a couple of weeks, and then you can have a 50% downdraft on those options and still make your money. That's the volatility right now until that changes. So what I tell people to do is go smaller positions. Oh, I'm still holding stuff like I'm holding BBY, WDC, Netflix, Microsoft, Apple, right? Am I making money in those? Of course not. But I have position sizes. I position myself for that. When you make a lot of great gains, you're going to have downs. You're going to have some drawdowns in the market as well. Anybody telling you it differently is a liar. Yes, we need more time. This is a volatile market. That's right. So I answered that, right? And I'm going to be losing on trades. And look at, listen, you remember people, I talked about FedEx, remember? So let's put up FedEx, right? But am I right? When I was defending this stock back over here, when it was going against us temporarily, was I massively right? When I make, so people cry about 50%. What about when you're making 300%, 1000% gains? Everybody think about that. So I have an answer to the naysayers and negative people, the people who have no experience in the market. What do you say about where FedEx is? And I defended the plan over here. Who is right the big picture? Me or a stock clown who could not manage, who billionaires wouldn't want to touch him with a 10-foot pole? But someone like me that say, look at my tracker, I say, this guy here, let's give him the job. Because this guy has vision. This guy has the big picture correct. Okay? Where a lot of bears have been wrong. So, am I going to be right every time? No. But am I right the big picture? I sure am. And even when you're right the big picture, you still can lose money, especially with options. Because options are short-term things, right? No system is infallible. However, you've got to stick to your guns, and you've got to stick to your system and make changes accordingly. And right now we're in what market is still transition is kind of transitioning to go higher. Anybody telling you that it's just going to be a negative market really doesn't know what they're talking about. And I can assure you that because I can tell you that back in February 5th, let me put up the SPY here, people. This is education, right? This is the big picture expert talking, right? Because I am the big picture expert. I've been correct, you know. You can see we can go far back, you know, and far back over here. I think this is 2016, right? Let me ask you something. People were so bearish over here. They were bearish, calling them it's a bear market back over here in 2016, February. See that right back? I can't scroll any farther. Okay. Look how much the market's gone up. Who's the big picture expert? PowerTarget Trade. I called a reversal in the market back in 2016. Okay? And believe me, a lot of people were bearish the market like it was end of the world in 2016. So let me tell you, people, those people don't have skill. Lots of people don't have skill. They're just guessers. I'm the big, and not only that, I followed it up with so many winning plans. It's not funny, but is all my plans going to win? Unfortunately, not. I wish that would be the case. No, even if you do the right things. Let me say it again. Even if you do, no, we're not in February. We're in March. Money flow, March calls, and I'm not in a lot of Apple calls, but I'm in some March calls. You would know that if you're inside of PowerGroupTrades. No, what I'm talking about, Gennaro, is the big picture of what the market direction is. Not the options are just a way for people to make some quick money. Okay, you know what? I also do long-term investing in stocks as well. Okay, I'm very good at picking big picture, because when you have big picture vision, you're able to do big directions in stocks. Like, no word of a lie, I mean, I did identify this to, you know, and let's be real, people. I mean, this was an $18 stock in May, right? Big picture expert. I didn't call for it to go this high, but I did call for a doubling, and then of course you make adjustments. Send a link. Lots of different supports, Robert, on the SPY. Okay, I had enough of that guy. Lots of different supports on the SPY right now. Yeah, well, that's a good question. On stops now, the market, like I said it in PowerGroupTrades that you need more of a room, of a swing, of a room, and you got to know your stocks, a little bit about how your stock moves. So if you think about a stock like Netflix, you could see how easily it rises and pulls back, but also rises very quickly, right? I simply used a 50% on that because it reversed at a point where I know it can, and it actually gave signals today. Unlike a lot of stocks did what Netflix did. They confirmed well, but they decided to give back the gains with the SPY temporarily. Of course, it can flip easily, right? So, for example, if you look at a stock like BA, why do I bring up BA? Because this is something I didn't bother getting into, but regardless, to show you how the market dynamics are not that simple, cut and dry. Let me get this. You notice that BA did not go down today, right? So the market dynamics aren't so cut and dry right now. And so the way we were making money, let me put up the SPY. These are good questions. The way we were making money here, those stops when we were trending, those stops weren't as necessarily. You wouldn't need that, but we're not in that market conditions now. And so the way I suggest right now, until my stuff works more often than not, is you would go in smaller and go with options that have more time. At the same time, if things pull back too much in something, obviously you must take a loss and move on. Yeah, exactly right, because that's what I'm getting at. We're getting multiple signals, Robert. The Netflix did signaling and it did well. The options actually started doing well. The fluctuations, it wasn't just that Netflix gave signals. A lot of other stocks gave signals that can still go higher. What I'm getting at is that those options have time. Netflix can can change its fortunes within one day, and that's why you have to realize it. And therefore, when you're trading a stock like Netflix, you want to go in smaller, and you need larger stops, especially depending on market conditions, right? You got to factor in these into the equations. You can't expect things to be perfect, smooth like they were in January and December, because the market was cooperating. Now the market has given us a little change, and it could start cooperating in the next week or two from now. What we need, there's no one who really knows that, right? What I do is I assess every day, and what I'm saying is when I see a stock like BA doing what it did, it's telling me the dynamics of how you have to be very careful of what you pick and really narrow down the field as much as possible, which is what I do. But no matter what, there's still going to be drawdown. There's still issues are going to happen. Still listen, we were losing in FedEx. Remember, people? Anybody who's watching knows that we were losing 50%. There's no shooting star in the SPY. What that is simply well, you can call that. It's not that in this case. It could easily flip. That's what I'm getting at. We're in this conditions where we can easily flip. I know that this signal here, we do have support at the low of this bar here. I can tell you one thing, that is definitely a measurement of support right over here. Okay, that could be an area where the market attempts it again and flips again over here. Just saying. Okay, so I'm not going to say much more about that, but I know what I'm looking at things all the time to make assessments. So drawdown can happen, but can we make money in certain stocks again? Sure we can, because there's a lot of stocks that are really strong in during these market conditions. And then the shooting star is not at the top, is in the center, so there's no shooting star. That's just a one-day thing that can reverse that type of bar. Yeah, you could think of it like that too. It could be putting in a lower low. That this could be the low. To be honest with you, Robert, this could be the low. And I say this could be the low, meaning that's the end of it. They're not dropping it lower, but we can chop and have swings for a little while, and then finally go higher. Or not. Basically, the market doesn't go higher, and just the right kind of stocks go higher. Albeit it won't be smooth, and we won't know this information. We need more information to come in. But what I do know is this market is far from being bearish. That depends on your account size, right? So for example, if you have a $10,000 account, you shouldn't be going more than 2 options, right? And no more than 5 plans, right? But you need to be in more than 1 plan. A lot of people, they make a mistake is they put too much in one plan, then they can't get into the other plan that would win them back money from or they keep putting more into the loser. I don't do that. What I do is I simply stick to one plan, manage the plan, and move into other plans that are really good. And that's why you get a high win rate when you spread it out into multiple plans, right? And I've said this before. People ask me these questions. I've said this before, right? Why would you want to go in with you're not gonna, you've got a position. You got to go in with the right size of options, right? And market conditions, you got to realize what the market conditions are, right? And then if you don't feel comfortable, why even going to things, right? I'm telling you right now that you want to drop position size until things start working. When my stuff doesn't work, that's telling you something, right? When my stuff doesn't work, most of my stuff is working. Most of my stuff always works, right? But when we start getting failure rates or things not working so smoothly, although there's a lot of great signals still happening, it's why I'm telling you a lot of mixed signals in the market. So I'm going to take the stats day by day and make decisions. I even have a stock I like that I'm going to mention in PowerGroupTrades. No, it's not about that. It's being able to withstand some drawdown, Mo. It's about being able to withstand drawdown and having money and funds to get into the next winner. But when you tap yourself out, right, you get into a couple of bad ones, right? There's all it takes is one superstar. Look at people. Let me tell you. Let me rephrase it again. Okay, let's get real here, people. Let's get real. Let's talk about, because these are good questions. And PowerTarget Trade, the big picture expert, tells it how it is. All right, look at FedEx, people. Remember, we were down this, okay, but this made huge gains. All right. So, but I did not put everything into FedEx. What if FedEx did not work? Okay, as bullish as I was FedEx, I knew I was right. What if it didn't work? I did not have all my money in FedEx, but FedEx did work, and it paid a lot. There may have been other trades during the FedEx run that didn't do so well, but remember, we had Costco and FedEx, and we made enormous gains. Okay, thousands of % gains between these two alone. I know it. I knew my account went up a ton, even though my position size was whatever. They went up a ton on those, right? Because they rocked the stocks, Costco and FedEx, right? And at the same time, we also want to catch a lot of good plays when the market's going to be difficult, so you can handle some downturn. Okay. Again, this is powerful advice. What I'm telling you. A lot of people think the market's a la la land all the time. It is not, because you haven't been through all different market conditions I have, and these market conditions don't surprise me. Right now, no, I don't. There could be other people that do, but I don't. I stick to my ideas. I look for my plans right now. I'm never, and I'm not always gonna make, and I'm not always gonna be making the most money, but I do most of the time, right? There's gonna be times I don't. What I learned was, you gotta stick to a certain way of trading. Once you start changing for the wrong reasons without enough information, you then you lose again. Because mentally you're not ready for the right ideas, right? So everything I do is a mental preparation for the big picture. And the big picture is, I'm still correct, the big picture. And for example, the stock clown is still wrong in the big picture. Look at a stock like ANET. What he doesn't want to realize is that he's still wrong. The guy started shorting it at 225, right? So what he doesn't want to realize is that the big picture, when it comes to the reality of what I'm talking about, big picture thinking is the guy who knows the real direction, and that's me. And when you know real direction, you know you're gonna catch the big gains when they present themselves. You're mentally prepared. When you become a scalper trader, scalper-minded, no-skill trader like a stock bookie, you won't be able to catch the big trades because you're mentally not prepared for it. You won't have the necessary skills, right? But if you follow what I'm saying, I would change my tune when I need to change my tune. But the market is extremely bullish. And look at the stock, ANET. Look at this thing. Look at, understand, people. That's not possible in a bearish market. Not possible, I can assure you. It wants to go higher. Okay? Look at Twitter. I mean, this thing, well, Twitter earnings are coming out, but most likely this maintains it maintains higher, most likely. Though I'm not in this, it can maintain higher, or maintain its price. So maybe we're gonna get on a way to get into this. I'll be watching. So I think I trade 1, 2, 3. No trades on margins, Mo. I don't do any trades on margin. No. Only the money I have. I don't do margin. No. See, that's why I win and survive and grow and thrive. I don't use margin. See, when you use margin, if there's an error, if you make one error, you might get lucky. A lot of people who go on margin fail. My opinion. You should be able to make it without margin. Only you need margin if you're in a strong winning trade. But in these market conditions, you go on margin. You're crazy, right? Why? Why would you go on margin when even the best can be wrong? The point is the big picture. I am right. Anybody who's been bearish the market is wrong. They do not have skill. They do not have vision. They have no. They are nowhere in the class of what I call billionaire thinking. A billionaire has billions because they did have big visions, but then they also make massive mistakes, and they can afford to because they have billions, right? But billionaires want massive, they want to be able to make massive money in a massive way in the right direction. The smart billionaires do, anyways, right? There are total bird. That's why some people are richer than others. So, big picture is, what is the market doing? Is it higher or lower? And it is much higher. And like I talk about the stock bookie as an example because that guy called the SPY a bubble. And he is some so-called a technical expert. No, he is not. He has no skill whatsoever because he was wrong in a massive way. And no matter what anybody else can tell you, it's very clear, people. You say the SPY is a bubble at 225 and the SPY goes and rallies 7,000 points above what you say, you're a clown. You have no skill. But that PowerTarget say that, no, I am right, the big picture. But can I be wrong inside of the big picture? Of course, there are drawdowns inside of market, volatility, right? Nobody is infallible. Any system is infallible. The stock bookie has been wrong the whole entire year. I've been wrong, what, a day or two here or there? You follow, people? But am I wrong the big picture still? Absolutely not. I haven't been wrong for years. Or the stock bookie has been wrong for years. Scalper, no skill. But he says he's the best. He just wins. Every time he posts a plan on his stream, he was losing. I can assure you, people, he has no skill. Everybody has witnessed how many times I post winning plans and back them up, right? But they're not all winners. And everybody knows they're not all winners. And so I've always said that too. I don't have to lie like the stock clown. But I'm also 10 times better than the stock clown, right? The guy, theoretically, if he was to trade me plan for plan, he does owe me, he would have lost $500,000 easily. I would have bankrupted him easily. So that's who I am, people. And I bankrupt mostly any foul-mouthed people out there who think they know what they're talking about. I would bankrupt them too because they have no skill. They only have skill. They only show up when we have the uncertainty, and it's almost like you can roll the dice and hit the fucking hit something in these market conditions, but they weren't hitting the dice here. Why weren't they catching? Why didn't they catch the big move in BA? Why were they wrong? You follow, people? Because they have no skill. How many times have I said BA was a bullish stock and it actually went way above my targets? That is skill, people, not stock bookie, not these people who catch little riffraffs. They're here, they're good for 1 or 2 weeks, then they're gone. Market conditions, Mo, it really depends on market conditions. Sometimes there's things so set up that a weekly option work. Right now, if you're in something that makes money and you're on a weekly option, you've got to be taking profits. You probably cannot hold for proper gains in this market conditions right now, right? So weekly options are a sort of other picture, right? If we got the right direction and you got the proper monthly price, in other words, you're at the right pivot point, there's a good chance you can at least break even and make small profits when things don't work out. So using the right options will help as well. But honestly, you've got to cut down your size in these market conditions until things start proving themselves. When we start winning, okay, then we know we can get back in, and when my plans start showing up, that's how we know we can get heavier in the market. Right? Because I'll tell you, people, I wish I could be 100% correct on everything. That's just not possible. You can't. But as soon as you start wavering from your plan, as soon as you start changing things that you shouldn't, and the next best thing to do is not to trade sometimes until things do become more sensible and things do become that there's some winners that come out. They happen to work out. Let me get into the next one. So on and so forth, right, people? What I can tell you is you got to look at stocks like Tesla, like BA, like Microsoft. These stocks have very strong trends. That's not possible in a true market of fear. That's why I went into Microsoft with March calls and pretty much close to a key pivotal point. Most likely it will be profitable than not. But I gotta suffer some drawdowns here and there, right? because my method of trading requires a certain discipline, a certain way. This is why we made massive gains this year. A lot of followers told me how their counts doubled following my advice. That's why I received all those gifts. So there you have it, people. The people who listen to me, you know, Win is just a crazy stock right now, but I mean, it doesn't surprise me. You know, it did have that support zone. Sometimes, you know, I'm not going to even bother trying to catch everything because I know Win was supposed to go up, right? I know that, Robert, but you know what? I'm not going to go into everything either. I decided to not bother with Win, and that's it. I'm not going to even try to catch everything sometimes. You know why? That's another suicide thing. I try to narrow it down to what I think is the best probability, and sometimes that's still not going to work. We're going to have some drawdown. This is the market, right? That's market conditions for you people. Yes, it does have a bright future, but temporarily anything can happen, right? Twitter, you know, the charts are definitely saying that, right? Yet you have people that are just one-sided, so they short, but then they're wrong in the big picture, right? And then they get lucky. They have no skill. They just keep shorting until they get it right, right? Like the stock clown. But if you look at BA, right? Let's look at that. How that's a bad skill, right? When you guess like that. So he shorts 200, pops higher, wrong. Shorts again, pops higher, wrong. Shorts again, pops higher, wrong again. You follow, people? He catches a little blip, it's already back up higher again. No skill. You follow, people? You don't want to be like a no-skill thinker. You want to be a big thinker, big-minded thinker. And that's Power Trick or Trade for you, people. And I've proven that, and my YouTube channel has such great documented videos on my created playlist. Nothing is documented like my videos. And they show detailed plan thinking and analysis. You need big picture thinking. You can't be scalper minded like the stock clown to be able to do these type of things that I've achieved. This is the facts. Big picture thinking is equivalent to the big money, okay? Big money, big picture. Small thinking, small money. Yeah, of course GS is holding up well, but again, GS is going to need some, could be choppy, right? Just like the SPY. And again, the SPY could pop back up pretty quickly too. She opens up quickly. So listen, I already knew the SPY could do what it did. I can tell now we're going to have some games to be played. It's no thing. But there's a lot of good chance that we can easily make a comeback at any, if not this week, next week, it can happen. And at the same time, we can get pullbacks as well. We could have big chop zone between this point and this point, for all you know. The whole year. Market consolidates its gains. No massive drop. Right? Nobody knows. Okay? Because the people who called for a drop, they were calling for a drop in September, right? It's going to drop. It's going to fall. Going to drop. It's going to drop, right? Going to drop. It's going to drop. It's going to drop over here. Oh, remember, people? People were flipping over here. I made plans on the SPY. Was I right the big picture on the SPY again? I was. I'm right the big picture. Over and over again. But can a person be 100% correct on everything? No. But pretty much for all of 2017, I was bang on correct on every SPY defense plan I had or plan I put out there, people. That's the facts. That is the facts. And I'm still not wrong here. Just short term with options is a little bit difficult. Right? Still not wrong. Let's see where the stock is, where the SPY is February 16, people. Anyways, don't forget to like the live stream. I don't, you know, the drops could be for many reasons. Yeah, it could be for that. Mo, it could be just because, look, the market's gone up a lot. You have to realize this, Mo. Look at the market. I mean, I don't know if people understand this, but every drop, right? Look, but if you calculate just from November, right? Do you understand, people? That's SPY was 208, okay? Listen carefully, people. SPY was 208. The so-called professional stock bookie calls the SPY a bubble at 225, and the SPY hits a high of 286. So none of these people know anything about investing or have any skill in the market. They just don't. They're just guessers, okay? So how this drop occurred is just part of the market conditions. That, you know, it just happens to be they decided to do this, right? Quickly, and it was okay because I wasn't in a lot of positions, and then we did get a great bounce. I mean, that tells you a lot, right? That tells you that it's not the simple game anymore. This does it, right? So nobody, listen to me, Mo. Nobody knows. Let me put it to you this way: nobody knows anything. Okay, what I try to do is try to read what the market is saying. Okay, if it was simply fundamental analysis, okay, the scholars, university scholars, would be billionaires. They know nothing. They cannot. They don't even know what to do with this market, right? They would be massacred and destroyed because all their theories won't make it. You know, market does things where there is no theory to involve. That's why people get it wrong, like the stock bookie, because the stock bookie says the SPY is a bubble. It can't go higher, guys. It can't go higher. He said that in the video, and I said that, right? Why am I bringing him up right now as an example? The point is that he was massively wrong. Not a little bit, but massively wrong in a massive way. In a way that is worse than the worst amateur in the world. Because even an amateur wouldn't want to look this wrong. And that's said and done. Well, yours truly has not said the opposite. And so who is the most correct person? It's me. And it will always be me until those people that want to say negative things can prove themselves otherwise. Because my channel, I have documented proof of me talking positively about BA, and look what BA has done and how many BA plans did well and how far BA went. That is called big picture thinking. That is high skill thinking. That's not guessing or assuming. That's strategizing. Remember that, people. FTR. What is FT? Yeah, see, people start getting into, well, FTR. I mean, is what's so good about FTR, right? This is a downtrending stock, a massively downtrending stock, right? So, I mean, this is what the stock bookie should have shorted, but he has no skill. Like, why doesn't he short downtrending stocks instead of shorting stocks that are flying in the air that have continued went higher, right? You follow me, people? I mean, my focus has not been on shorting, but I mean, if you look at this, FTR is a hell of a short, right? Now, this is not bull flanging or nothing. This is a downtrending stock, right? This is people wanting to guess this. There absolutely is no signals of any sort of this wanting to go higher. If it was to go higher, it's out of anybody's guess. I don't trade like that. That's another thing. That's why people lose money, because they try to make sense of stuff that doesn't make sense. That's not what I do. That's a loser mentality. Don't play with stuff that doesn't make any sense. I don't even look at stuff like that. Unless I was a short, wanting to short that, then I would focus on the shorting FTR. And that was the big money in FTR, was shorting it. Right? Yeah, flagging to the downside. Okay. Okay, like I said, Robert, your mentality is the wrong mentality. You're thinking in trains of thought, and looking for a stock like that to reverse, it will kill you in the big picture of things. Let me just tell you that from now. Now, you don't want to believe me? You'll find out the hard way. Okay? I don't look at stocks like that because they don't fit my criteria. Everything has to have a criteria. All right? That's why BA did what it did. It fit my criteria. Right? Or FedEx did what it did. It fit my criteria. Why would I focus on it? Unless you were shorting FTR. okay, then that's a different story, and you're mentally focused that way. That would be the best thing to do. Not now anymore, but that's what that stock was, a super short. But to consider that a good long, no. Why? It's a crappy stock. It has no, yeah, Lulu's super strong, yeah. But doesn't mean that Lulu's going to be easy to make money in right now. It has to be the setup too. Yeah, GS is the same thing. It's like this, like GS can bounce just like the SPY, okay? Because it's a bank stock, right? GS can I mean, like I said, can get back up there as well. But will it be easy to trade this to trade Goldman Sachs right now? No. There are better setups. So I focus on the best possible setups. And if they don't work, that tells you a lot right there. Okay, people? You know, even trading the SPY, I'll be honest with you, wasn't the best setup either. And when the SPY did what it did today, it kind of tells me that it's going to be, you got to be really quick with it right now. So it's not really the best with my system and style. Okay, even though it can still work out, it's still not the best for my system and style. Yeah, I haven't seen Lulu. Well, first of all, Lulu is still trending. It looks like it could break out, right? So that's another point here. You see that, people? This is another point how the market has a different, the mentality, how it shifted. It depends on the stock as well. How it's maintained its strength, Lulu. So, you know, that's not a bearish market. You don't have stocks acting like this strong in a bearish market. It's just the market that's got to make its transitions. That's my point. It's not a simple cut and dry. Why is the market doing this? Why is the market doing that? It's not that simple. What I rather focus on, what makes sense, where can I make some money? The market is bullish in my opinion still, and there's money to be made to the long side still. Just that it's not going to be as easy for now, and that could change, and things might start working out really well next week, for all you know. I got to see how certain things fruition. I am not going to assume and guess, but analyze. That's how we've caught all these great winning trades in 2017, unlike the stock clown, stock bookie wrong the entire year, the big picture, and still wrong in a massive way. Stocks like Win, BA, NET, Race, the list goes on, but he's never wrong. I'm not going to talk about him anymore. Like I said, no, I'm just making a point here, people, that he's a great example. There's a lot of people that think like the stock bookie. They think they're smart when they're right for a short period of time, but they've been wrong a massive amount of time. And that's the reality, people. No, I never get tired because he's a great, you know what, Jenner? That guy there is a great example of how not to think, how not to trade, how not to think like that. The guy is a lunatic, a mental case, a retard. And it's so clear. And he's just a great example in here. I'm not, like I said, I've talked about a lot of great information here in this video, in this live stream, people. A lot of great information. Anyways, people, I think I said what I had to say about the market today. I think I put a lot of great information. And for people to consider a lot of things. Remember, I'm not really doing a lot of stuff that I'm doing is way above what I'm supposed to be doing. I am working on a lot of things. Market is going to be difficult, and I will be making adjustments accordingly. I'm also going to be posting a nice, great plan. I haven't had a chance, Robert, but we you know. I still haven't had a chance. There's a clown called Yanaro24. This is a clown, people. You know, there's clowns out there. You know, jealous losers that are wrong the whole entire year. YN Rano24 wrong the entire year. For sure. Yeah. Here, people, the stock clown is in our stream, people. Yeah, he's a joker, the stock clown, Robert F. I know. There's no point of talking about him. I told him if he wants to challenge me plan for plan, he has to put up 500K, and if he doesn't want to do that, I'm not bothering with him anymore. Let's see if he's willing to take the 500K challenge. Right now, he owes me 500K, and the bet is if he's so good, he's so much better than me. Let's do it. If he wins, he doesn't owe me any money. But if I win, he owes me 1 million. Let's see if he's going to take that. Let's see if he's going to take that, people. Yeah, stock clown. Stock clown's in here, people. See that guy? See YNRAO24? People, give him a big thumbs down. Let's rip that clown apart here. You see, people, there's going to be some troll. You know, it's part of it. People, trolls, losers. Yeah, no, let's see what kind of plans you did. Let's see what kind of plans you posted. Let's see it. Come on. Show people what you did in 2017. Show us. He has nothing. He's a clown. You have a Y for a symbol. You're a clown like the stock clown bookie. So many yo-yos out there, man. So many loser people out there. They have no skill. You know, even you can be the best. You know, I've done so much good for people, yet it doesn't matter. You're gonna have these jealous people. Yeah. Why are you here, man? That's right. Tell them. Why are you here? See, people know who I am. They don't know who you are. You're a clown. Why don't you do a YouTube stream and let so many people show up and let so many people talk to you? Yeah, I know, money flow. No, but I mean, the guy, copycat of what? You know, like, people say things that make no sense. Raul, please, exactly. The guy has nothing. You know, he comes in here with nothing. Why don't you do what I do? Why don't you show people your skill? Why don't you show detailed videos like I have? I've got documented proof of my work, unlike anything else seen on the internet. Nothing has been done like me. Nothing. Nothing. And what I've done is in a small selection of picks, not 20, 30, 40 million like other people. Trust me. I know I have I know I can tell people honestly that there's nobody on the market that has been able to be as correct as me myself within that small selection of plans. In a variety of picks, too. You're right. I don't know. I don't know if I could kick. I wonder if I could kick a person out of a thing. I don't know how that. I'm gonna see. Let me see something. I'm just curious here. Remove. Oh, okay. Oh, you can remove a. You can remove you can remove something from. You can put user in timeout. Oh, hide user on this channel. Oh yeah, you can get rid of people really quickly if you want. Yeah, I can do that, people. I didn't realize that, you know. So, yeah. YN Rao 24 just offers nothing. He just talks crap, you know what I mean? You can block, yeah, exactly. No, he's not trying to make me a better person. He's saying nothing. He's talking baloney. Let's cut Mez. Let's cut who up. Let's cut him up. Yeah, he didn't offer anything. All he did was say, I don't know what he said, and he has no. Like I said, I tell people, okay, you can do better. Show me your proof. Show me your YouTube channel, because I don't think anybody can do better than what I've done. So I'll not say that right now. And if you want to put money on the line, and you want to have you want to go, anybody who wants to go up against me one-on-one, let's do it. I'll kill them. But they won't. So, like I told you, they won't. So, that's all I have to say, right? Any clown that wants to challenge me, I'll smash him in pieces. End of story. End of story. I already did that to the stock clown. People, listen. I decimated and cremated him. I've proven it over and over again with everything. I made an example of a so-called professional, and I've done it to the best in the world. My plans, I've decimated people at critical points, in critical points of analysis skills. But I'm not perfect. Nobody is. We're all going to have downturns. And anybody telling you otherwise is lying to you. Yeah, we're getting the clowns, right? Because these are the people that have been wrong so all year. They've been wrong. And people like that Buckley really has no substance. Wrong. No skill. No, I'm not answering clowns. I love that they come in. They can keep coming in. But those are the clowns that have been wrong all year. All 2017, all 2016 are wrong, right? Then they're correct for what? A millisecond, a few days, and then they think they own the world. People, that's people sick in the head. That's people who have no success. Ask them, where's your YouTube channel? Where's your proof? Where's your videos? What have you done that's comparable to PowerTarget? And they'll run for the hills. They'll run for the hills. I didn't do no spreadsheet, people. I did plan for plan. From start to the confirmation to the end result. No one has shown it like that. And I've done that within a small selection of picks. And all my followers, they know this. The serious people, the ones who really want to make money, they know the truth. Am I not right, people? Am I not right? So am I not right? See, there you go, Marcus. Of course I'm right, right? I want any short out there to tell me how wrong they've been this whole year and show it by example. And I have video documentation of me talking about the SPY. Okay, I have the video documentation, and every plan is correct. That's not. I haven't seen anybody do that. Okay, so I have this. Anybody who talks negative about me, they can't do that stuff. So, what are they going to tell me? And even other people, they claim that say things. Let me see them do what I've done. They won't be able to. Where they take the time to do it. I've done that painstakingly to demonstrate that I know what I'm talking about. But even when you know what you're talking about, it's still a market. There's still unknown factors. There's still things that can happen. Right, people? There's still... that's the way it is. Because in my book, 100%, I'd be a multi-billionaire in no time. But nobody knows everything 100%. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. The richest people in the world make mistakes, have things not work for them. But they keep banging it out because they're going to make their money still, because they're going to get the wins anyways. So isn't that... Yes, well, Apple, okay, again, Apple is going to be a bit choppy. We did bounce strongly as support. And we've got time with the March calls. Apple's been horrible, and I haven't gone big in Apple yet. Well, I just know, like, I'm just talking statistical facts. I know, plan for plan. There is no buddy, no service, that is done. They may have made winning plans, but they needed 20, 30 of them in a week. You follow people? Of course, a few of them are going to hit, but a lot of people know why they like following me, why they made money. Is I would make 5 plans, and out of the 5 plans, 4 would do well, or some wouldn't confirm, you know, and that's majority of the time. There are drawdowns in my system and my plan. Of course, nothing's perfect, right? But the majority of the time, especially, you know, we made killer gains, people, in September. You know the killer gains we made in December and January, right, people? I know I made killer gains. Not so much right now in the beginning of February. I admit that. I know that already. But it's nothing compared to my gains. So I know what I mean, people. It's just part of the work, man. Yeah, CRM, again, I'll tell you why. CRM, there's a lot of things happening. So I mean, I just didn't bother getting to CRM. You know. But CRM has done well lately. But CRM, these are old trades, by the way, CRM, right? I haven't been in CRM in a long time, Solomon. I don't know, like, you definitely didn't look at my plans or what I've been saying. CRM is something I've been out a long time ago. I'm pretty sure I've been out of that a long time ago. You know, money management and how you handle things, that's another thing, Solomon. A lot of people they have poor management skills. Some of my followers have really great management skills, and they've made a lot of money. So, you know, unfortunately, no matter how good plans are, some people just don't know how to manage anything, don't know how to take profits. You know what I mean, people? A lot more people coming in later on. So this stream, again, I didn't want to go too long. It's too long for me, people. I can't waste my energy like this talking too much. I did waste some time talking about some clowns that came in, but you know what? That's going to happen. You know, I shut them down. I know how to shut them down quickly. I've been right the whole year, the big picture, and nothing will change that fact. And a little drop in the market doesn't change that fact either, and I've explained that why. Unfortunately, there's going to be clowns out there that have been wrong for years, but now they think they're right. Oh, too many clowns out there, people. And by the way, Soul Man, are you a serious follower on PowerGroupTrades? Probably not, right? Yeah, like I said, CRM has done well lately, from what I understand. I didn't want to talk about it, but let's take a look at it. I mean, it's made a great comeback, right? However, we made a great rise. I'm pretty sure I've taken profits in CRM. I can't remember this trade right now, but it was a trade that I took small profits in, and they pulled back. They just reversed it lately, right? That's right, Patrick. You should be more in cash. You know, we've had a great run, you know. But there are short-term trades. Like if you're, again, some day traders, some people, that's what they're good at. They'll make, because they only know how to make, they know how to make little blips and blops. They don't know how to, my system, people, is not really designed for little blips and blops. It's really to catch, you know, good moves. And there are stocks that are going to do still good moves, people. It's just not going to be easy. I'm going to be posting a great stock that I do like to get into, that I'm looking to get into, because it's set up to still pop even in these market conditions. And as we can see, people, stocks like Lulu, BA, very strong. Stocks can still pop. The right ones can still pop. But we're going to have some drawdown too. Look at, I was using a FedEx only to make thousands of % gains in FedEx. So there you have, people. Yeah, you can still hold the SPY. You just gotta hold. You're just gonna have more of a loss, not more of a loss. You can see your options drop a lot, but you can also get the money back in it. That's to be honest with you. We do have very volatile market conditions, you should realize that you can easily get your money back, because 270 is a pivotal zone for SPY. It's confirmed. However, I don't know how long they want to pull it back for, right? My idea, what I said about the SPY, is correct still. The SPY is giving signals that we will make pops up, but I've also, the SPY could test its lows again, and I'm still not wrong, because it can still re-pop up. That's my point here. It's just not easy. That's the thing about it. It's just crazy. You can hold longer, and I would go smaller, but you could still hold out in it and make your money in it, because there's a lot of variables on the sell. I do tell people to take profits. I've given sell. I tell people, when you're making 100% gains, you should take some profits and then hold runners. So when my plans give profits, usually that's not an issue. Not true, Solo Man. You go look at my videos. You go look at my YouTube videos. You definitely haven't studied. You definitely don't know what you're talking about, Solo Man. You go look at my YouTube channel videos and tell me if that's lottery or not. You definitely don't know what you're talking about, right? Right. So when somebody tells me something like that, they don't know what they're talking about. Then go tell that to my that to my followers who made a lot of money. That's because I make wins most of the time, Solo Man. That's because I make most of the times for wins. Yeah. You tell him, Flashlight 89. Are you paying me to manage your account? No. Have you sent any gifts for extra help, Solo Man? No. So what are you asking me for? For what? Well, what more do you want? You want to make excuses. You didn't study my videos. You know you're not making money because you're not doing the studying. You didn't listen to me. In my videos, I told you to study my videos. Did you study my videos? Study my created playlist, and then you'll learn something. Yeah, I probably blocked you for a good reason. I don't know who you are, because you are a lazy bum, Solo Man. Solo Man, you're a lazy bum. You clown follower. I know who I think I know who he is. I'm blocking that guy. That guy's listen. Why do I bother trying to help people like that? These people are lazy bums that I told people, if I block you, you're gonna fail, and that's why he's failing. So too bad for you, Solo Man. You are. I think I know who you are. I think you're. I know who you are. Oh, for sure, you're that guy. I think you're Gino, for sure, Gino. You sound like that loser Gino. You loser, Gino. You you're worse. You're just like a stock clown. You don't study. You make bad decisions, and then you cry and complain. You're a clown. Yes, you are. You're a failure. You're a failure, Solo Man. You suck. You failure, Solo Man. You are a lazy bum. You're a lazy bum, Solo Man. If I block you, that's because you did something wrong. You clown. This is another troll. Another troll. Sucking energy out of me. I told people, if I remove you, it's because you're a clown. Remove. Bye-bye, Solo Man. So, you know what I'm going to be doing from now on? If I have a person that asks me a reasonable question that's not a clown, I will answer him. If not, I will not. I don't have time to waste. People don't want to listen to what I say. I told people, those people, study my videos, and if you're not following my rules, if I block you, it's because you're a lazy bum. and you're going to fail in life. And take it from me, I know what I'm talking about. And if a person doesn't want to listen to me, then they're going to fail, and that's their fault. Believe me. That guy, I know who he was. I think I know who he was. And he makes so many bad decisions and then blames others for his bad decisions. And he's a lazy bum too. That's right. I wasted 10 minutes. I'm not wasting my time anymore. If someone says something to me, a credible question, says something to me reasonable, okay, then I gladly answer them. And I have done that. I've told people, do I lose money? Of course I lose money. Who doesn't not lose money? Only the stupid bookie will tell you that he doesn't lose money when he really does lose tons of money, right? Only clowns tell you that stuff. But you're supposed to take small losses and move on. And that's what I do. I move on. Out of my head, I refocus. Even when I'm right, sometimes I can be right and stock goes my way. That's life for you people. That's the market. But I'm going to stay focused on the plans, and we do the best we possibly can. And there's going to be drawdowns. There's going to be. I haven't had drawdown in a long time. That's the thing. I've made so many great winning gains. I can afford some drawdown right now. I've also reduced position size until I see things working better in my favor, or I see something really solid. And then I'll go in and I'll reduce, as I'm making money, I'll reduce half to my position and then hold runners. Unless I get stopped out. I got rid of Soul Man Patrick. No need to worry about him. He's gone. He's finito. I don't need to waste my time on losers. There are losers out there. They're lazy losers. Yeah, and future can go up too. You haven't watched. You don't know that. Did you not see what the market did today? The market was up 300 points, ended up down 200 points. You're not realizing that, Hong? Hello? Future down, so what? Future was down on Monday, flipped up 400 points. You just got to look at supports, resistance, right? The market is going to be a little bit crazy. It can bounce back just as much as it goes down. So, some people will trade that, right? I'm not posting plans for that because that's not what I do, right? I got some plans that I want to get into that if they can confirm in these market conditions, they probably can make me some money. Of course, because I've been right the big picture, right? Of course, my techniques work. How do you think I've been right the big picture in the SPY and in BA, right? Because my system is big picture thinking. Unlike the stock clown, he's baby picture thinking, stock clown thinking. Yeah, well, Walmart, listen, Walmart made its move. Walmart, listen, everything is being screwed. Walmart's is something that can try to come back up. I'm not focusing on Walmart right now, Patrick. There's so many other things I'd rather get into. Of course, I'm holding Apple. Those are March calls, right? I'm not making money in Apple right now, but I am holding it. We got a good pivot point, right? Worst case scenario, break even to profits still can happen. A lot. Listen, this market, lots can happen in it every day. Every day things can change. Yeah, and I'm going to posting a new plan I like. We'll see if you can confirm. Nvidia very good. What can I tell you? Nvidia very good. There's a lot of stuff. The problem is it's hard to get into everything. I don't think you understand, market winner, what I'm trying to tell you out there. It's not hard. It's like you can be right, and still things can go wrong. It's difficult market conditions right now. So I'm just choosing the best possible. I already know about Nvidia. There's don't but also Nvidia is another whippy stock. I'm already in a whippy stock, Netflix, right? I can't get into all the whippy stocks. I think Netflix is better set up, but it still may not work, right? This is the way it is. That's market conditions for you. Okay? But things will get better. So I'm really going to be very choosy right now. Tons of pivots. We already pivoted. Tons of pivots in Apple. Tons of them. But right now, oh, I got to go, guys. I got to go. Oh, I'm going to start. Okay. Confirm. No, my system wants to restart. Confirm. I gotta go, guys. This is too long. I do not want to be doing these long kind of. I really don't. I'm going to be really dialing down my It's got to be very productive live streams. Good questions. No more clowning around. Good night, people. No more clowning around. No more clowning around. I gotta go, people. Good night. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like the stream.